Okay, so we're going to make a game where you can guess the number that the computer is thinking about. So what we're going to do is we're going to use something new called import. And what we want to import and put into our Python game is something called random. Random will allow us to basically have in our game either random numbers or random words. For our program, we're going to use numbers. We're then going to make it a welcome message. Welcome to the Guess the Number game. Okay, now let's test this out. So I'm going to create a variable called number, make it equal to something, and what we're going to do is make it equal to random.randint 1 to 5. Print number. I'll explain this in a second. So let's run it. Printed is the number 4. Let's play the game again. 5 this time. Why? Well, how the game works is as follows. I don't know why this message is up. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. We've got a variable number. So this number will become a random number which the computer will pick between 1 and 5. Now it's 1 and 10. Now it's 1 and 100. Let's do 1 and 10. It'll then print that number out. Now what we want to do is allow the user to guess, allow the game player to guess the number. So we need a variable, and we need a variable. So let's have game or player 1 guess equals. Please enter a number between 1 and 10. Now what we want to do is just test it out. So the computer's picked number 1. I am missing an input here. Two. Okay. If player 1 guess matches number, print correct. Okay. Else print wrong. So if I type in 2 and the number which the computer think of as 5, it will say wrong. If I type in 2 and the computer's number is 2, it will say correct. But there is one thing we need to do. If I type in a number, because I'm using an input, remember it's going to treat it as text and not a number because I'm using input. So what do we have to do? We have to turn it into a number. So how do you turn something into a number? There you go. Int. So now, if I type in 4, it will not be like that. It will be like that. So it will be treated as a number, so I can use it as a comparison. If I type in 4, correct. Now, in our game, having this there is stupid because it tells the game player what the answer is already. So I'm just going to put a hash next to it. what this does, it takes this line of code out of it, so it's not going to run. So now, it should just straight away ask me to put in my number. 3. Wrong. Okay. So let's have another go. Wrong. 2. Wrong. 6. Wrong. Okay. So, now what I want to do is I want to tell the game player if they've guessed too high or too low. So, okay, so very quickly we're going to print, well, easy, the number so we know what number we're working at. Now, if they get it correct, I want it to say print game over because we won. Otherwise, if we're wrong, I want it to say if a guess was higher, it should be higher or lower. So we're going to do another if. So if int player 1 guess is higher than the number which the computer said, print please choose a lower number, else print please choose a higher number. Okay, so basically how a game's going to work is this. If I get it wrong, it's going to go here and say wrong. It's then going to check to see if my guess is bigger than the number which the computer chose. If it is bigger, it's going to tell me to pick a lower number next time. If it's not bigger, it's going to tell me to pick a higher number next time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this inside the if here. So it's inside this else even. The reason why I've done that is because if they get the answer correct, I want it to say game over and I want it to end the program. If they get it wrong, I want to get them to have another go. If my code is here, it will ask them to have another go even if they get it wrong. Even if they get it right. So if they get it right, then it goes onto this line saying have another go. I don't want that. So I only want them to have another go if they get it wrong, which is in line with here. So if it's wrong, it'll go to else, it'll do that, it'll do that, it'll do that, it'll do that, and then it'll ask them to have another go. Then we need that if to be inside. So if they get it wrong up here, it'll get them to have another go and it'll check. Now, what you need to do is finish off this program so that we have 3 chances to get it right. And each time it'll ask them, or tell them if the number's too high or too low. So let me give you an example. The actual number is 6 because I put the answer in there. If you see print number, just to check, see if it's working. So if I put 4, it should say, please enter a higher number. There you go. Please enter a higher number. So I'm going to do 5. At the moment, it doesn't say for me to do a higher number, so that's what you guys have to do again. 6, correct. So I would like you to fix this program so that it does. It checks again for lower and higher. And then also, if they get it right the second time, I don't want them to have another go, so you've got to fix that as well. So that's another thing you've got to fix. Good luck, and then show me your answers.